Hello, my name is Bob. I'm now retired from having spent much of my working life in the information technology industry. I am fortunate in that I can look back on a working life that has been both interesting and enjoyable. And throughout that time, I've been involved in a good many interviews on both sides of the table, so to speak. So I thought I'd share a few insights concerning the interview process that I trust you'll find helpful when you're looking to secure a job that's right for you. Interviews come in a variety of formats these days. The face-to-face interview is still very commonplace, but video conferencing is becoming very popular too, for a good many reasons. And there's also teleconferencing, where you would be interviewed on the telephone with a whole group of people being involved in that teleconferencing session. My first practical point for you is whatever format of interview you're going for, even if it's teleconferencing where they can't see you, dress appropriately. If you dress smart, you'll feel smart, and that's important. And dressing appropriately means understanding the dress code for the industry you're looking to get a job with. Clearly, if you wanted a job in the banking sector, their requirements by way of dress code is going to be very different to that of computer gaming or the fashion industry. If in doubt, dress smartly. Take a good notepad and pen with you, and particularly make a note of the names and the roles of the people who are interviewing you so that you can address them by name throughout the conversation. Make sure you've done your research, both about the industry in general and the business in particular. Understand a little bit about what the issues are in the papers, on the internet. Understand the language peculiar to that industry. Now, you're not going to go in with answers to their issues, but if you come to that interview demonstrating that you've done your research, that will not only be honoring to those interviewing you, but will also tell them a lot about your character. And that's important because in the early years of your career, your CV will have relatively little to show for what you've accomplished in terms of roles and responsibilities. So anything, such as an engagement in sports, the Duke of Edinburgh challenges, fundraising events that can provide an insight into your character, are really very valuable. By doing this, you have shifted the emphasis onto your strengths, which they can then translate into benefits for their business. I was once interviewed by a company who, as a competitor, already knew about me from a business performance point of view. So they asked me to talk about something that interested me. Since the role on offer was business planning and resilience, I took in a rucksack, walking boots, map, and a compass. And I told them about my love of long-distance walking and the importance of the map and compass for planning when doing a long walk. The value of good clothing and boots to show that I was ready for whatever challenges the weather or the countryside threw up. That's about resilience. And that's a word you're going to hear a lot of in future business. Now, there's usually a point in the interview when you're asked if there's anything you'd like to ask. So, with their permission, open up your rucksack. Seriously though, interviews are stressful. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. If you ask anyone involved in competitive sports, they'll tell you that more mistakes are made when you're relaxed and not sufficiently focused. So learn to harness the stress you're feeling. But there is a stress that comes, and it's a wrong sort of stress, and it comes from feeling that the interview process is one-sided, or perhaps them versus you, when in effect it's you having a discussion with them so that you can understand if this is the right job for you. So go armed with the sort of questions that will help you find that out. I've spoken of the value of character, and that will always be important throughout your working life and throughout your life, but be alert to the opportunities to build a record of your achievements. However small those achievements may seem, exam results, courses attended, job positions held, awards received, even mentioning your paper round suggests that you're industrious when maybe many of your friends would have been perfectly happy to chill. Finally, remain positive. You won't get offered every job you apply for. I certainly wasn't. But as you think back over each interview experience, they offer you the opportunity to grow through recognizing your failings and learning from your mistakes. I hope you find this helpful. And I wish you every opportunity and every success in your future life.